Hi, this is Nadarette. Before we get started, I want to get this candle going. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. I want to talk to you today about herbs to cleanse your space. These are different herbs from the last time. These herbs, some are very powerful to where if you have an entity in your home, it can get rid of it. And some of these are just good for cleansing and making you feel good. And one of my favorites is Universal Bliss. This helps you. It has such a good smell that it makes you feel good, but it also will cleanse your space and it's protective. This next herb is called African open mouth pod. This comes from Cameroon, and it also gets rid of negative energy. Our ancients used these a lot. They used to have bonfires and throw them inside the bonfire at times of war. They used these. That's another good one. It helps cleanse all negativity and promotes healing. The next one I want to talk to you about is hyssop. Hyssop, you can put this in a sachet, or you can scatter it in your house. Sometimes you can even put it in your windowsill. This helps with cleansing and it's the protecting of your home. Yeah. Solomon seal. Solomon seal helps with protection. It wards off negative energy. And this also, Solomon seal, you can keep this on your altar when you're calling on your ancestors. It helps keep the negative energies that try to come in while you're calling on the ones that you want. Sometimes you can get energies that try to come into that circle and infiltrate it. So this helps keep them away as well. So this is good to keep on your altar at all times. This one right here, asafoetida, is called, also known as devil's dung. This right here is one of the strongest herbs that you can use. If you have an entity in your house, it's going to get rid of it. So you have to know what you're doing with this. This has a very pungent smell to it. I had someone, my grandson at one point, he was like, well, I want to smell. I said, don't sniff that too hard. And well, of course, he did. And he was coughing. This has a very pungent smell, but it does the job. It gets rid of whatever negative energy, but you only want to use this if you have an entity problem. I use this when I do home cleansings. So those are the 5 herbs I want to talk to you about. Now we do have mugwort. This is a purifying. So once you use one of these other ones, you can also use this mugwort to purify your home. So that's what mugwort. And mugwort has a lot of other good uses, but that's when we're talking about cleansing, you want to use it for that. Getting back to the African open mouth pod, I want to make this clear. If you're around someone that has a bad aura, bad energy, if you burn one of these around them, they won't like the smell. If they don't like the smell, you better question who you're around, because these let you know if someone has a bad aura or a bad attitude. Just in general, if they don't, not a good person, it's going to let you know. And also, if you, like I say, it'll make a person leave. You burn it and you don't want them there, they're going to leave. There was a young lady, I was doing a herbs class, and she was she started crying, and I didn't know why. And she said her husband was beating her. She had moved to get away from him, and he found her. Well, you know, people were giving her, consoling her and everything. So what I told her, I said, wait a minute, I got everything you need. I gave her some herbs to open up her space, told her to open up a window, and then I told her to put one of these pots on a coal. And you could turn it over, you let one side smoke, and they smoke really well. Then you turn it over, let the other side smoke. And I told her, I said, walk around. I said, if you really want him gone, you put that intent out and walk around and just start smoking the house. 2 weeks later, when I saw her again, she was so happy, and she hugged me, and she said he left and he hasn't been back until this day. It's been almost 2 years. He hasn't been back. She hasn't heard from him. So it works. The universe gives us everything we need. And so if you're looking for something powerful, these are very powerful. And they get rid of negative energy. And that's even somebody that's very negative.